I'm Felina.
And I'm Summer.
And you are listening to Broken,
Because we're both.
the podcast about living your best life by getting real.
This is Felina.
This is Summer.
And welcome back to Broken. Today we have our friend Caitlin Metzger with us.
Hello.
She is an accountant. We also have our friend Desiree Abba. Sorry, I couldn't remember your last name either.
Very close personal
I've
friends.
smoked too much pot. But yeah, so we're gonna talk with Desiree later, but right now we're gonna chat with Caitlin, and we're hanging out by the pool. It's finally summertime, and we're all off work, and we're just unwinding and chatting about fucking life, man.
It's a nice breeze going.
Yes.
It's nice. It's a good
So
night.
welcome, Caitlin. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us.
Thank you for having me. It's truly an honor.
Oh, you're
Thank
sweet.
you. I've been so excited about this. You have no idea.
Oh, yeah, that
I
makes
love
me so
hearing
happy.
that.
I
No clue.
feel like I'm such a weirdo. Like, why would
No.
anybody be pumped to hang with me?
I'm pumped to hang with whoever wants to hang out with me at this point in life.
Yes.
You know?
Yes,
I'm
that's
all
the
about
best
like
way.
collecting great ladies.
Yes.
And like automatically, like you show up, I'm like, that's a great lady. Like,
Build the
I
tribe.
can just tell.
Yes.
Build the coven.
I got her
I
vibe.
like that.
The coven,
Yes.
yes.
That's what we keep talking
if you
about.
go, just
Join
side
our coven.
Side note,
bet.
if you go to Salty Pussies, at Salty Pussies on
I'm excited
Instagram.
already. Whatever it is. Oh my God. I'm following it as
It's
soon
just
as I
a
get
side-
back over
she's
there.
working on-
It's just a side little thing I'm eventually going to do more with. But right now, Salty Pussies exists. SaltyPussies.com. At Salty Pussies on Instagram.
Up about
Join
it.
our coven.
Yeah, and that's
that
what it
is
says.
what it
Join our
says
coven.
is join our
That
coven.
was my favorite
So,
part.
I'm very excited.
I'll be
Joining the
finding
coven.
you. You'll be joining our coven.
Yes, please. Thank you. Oh,
So
yes.
tell us about yourself, Caitlin. What do you do for a living?
Well, playing off the coven theme, kind of a business witch. So I'm acquiring the empire that is the Copeland's Accounting Board.
Nice.
I'm doing 3 jobs for the price of 1 currently.
As many
be a
entrepreneurs do.
We all
Yes.
seem to do
When
that.
you're
Yes.
trying to work forward towards something, you have to accept the fact that you are not going to get paid for some of the
Nah.
shit you do.
You're not going to
build
get paid for
yourself.
most of it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you
yeah.
gotta do what you gotta do.
Yes.
You keep on keeping
That's
on.
how you build.
Yep.
Yeah. I
Exactly.
hear you.
Very
I
interested
hear
in
you.
building. Grandfather was a carpenter. Very about building for
Hell
sure.
yeah. Awesome. So you say you're in the process of acquiring the
Yes.
department there?
Yes.
Okay.
So I do accounts payable and receivable. I pay their bills. They pay my bills. Other people pay the store bills that we send to them. That I send to them. And in 1 month, I'm going to be taking over as the lead accountant. So I'm going to be doing those jobs and what's called general ledger, which is very boring, and I don't want to put anyone to sleep by describing what it is. It's allocation of funds.
I just heard math and my head
Yes.
started to hurt.
It's
So
okay.
it's
Yep.
okay. I
Good.
won't understand
I'm going
it.
to trail off there then. That's a good
we
place to
can
leave
nerd
that.
out later. Because I'm like, tell me more. Like, I'm a nerd. But
I
I
just
like,
won't understand.
like, I like math. I was like the weird kid in law school who took all of the tax law classes.
Love it.
Because I knew math. Like, I loved tax law.
Absolutely.
I thought it was great. It was my
Right?
favorite class in law school. I'm fucking weird.
It's time for an intervention.
Summer's looking at me like I'm insane right now.
Tax law, bankruptcy law, it all makes me want to cry.
I loved it. It felt like it had a finite answer, just
Yes.
like
That's
math.
true. It is
which
more
is why I
concrete.
liked
It is
it.
more concrete.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's a
Like,
divine symmetry to
There's
it,
not
for
a lot
sure.
of left for room for interpretation.
Yes.
You know, there's an actual answer.
You bet,
And
right?
my tax law professor
true.
was a nerdy, like, former IRS agent, and he rode a motorcycle, and he was like 5'6" and just bald and loved his motorcycle, and
Hell
he was
yeah.
just fucking awesome. I loved him so much. So there was
That's
that
the
too.
best.
Yeah, he was my favorite.
Oh my God.
And he always picked on the guys. He was meaner to the guys in class,
That's
and I
always good,
also
right? I
very
like
much
that.
enjoyed
Yes.
that. He was
For
like,
sure.
"Fuck you."
Oh,
And
man.
ask the lady, she'll know. He was always right. We always did. We were always prepared.
Damn
'Cause
right.
we know we have to deal with more extra shit.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
we show up prepared, do we not, ladies?
Yep.
Yeah.
We do.
And on top of that, I've personally have found that a lot of math teachers, like predisposed women, was led to believe that I was naturally not going to be as good at math because I was a girl, it's like, oh, your brain just doesn't work that way.
Right, yeah. That isn't it crazy that stereotype still exists?
Yep.
They're still telling that
Yep.
to little girls.
Absolutely.
Not the
I
scientists.
used to love science when I was little, and then I just kind of lost interest.
Right.
Because
Because
Well, it wasn't
you're taught
encouraged.
to. Exactly.
The STEM program wasn't a big thing then.
No.
And it still needs more support now. Like, it's,
You bet.
yeah.
You better believe
absolutely.
it.
I would have been a fucking engineer if anybody would have guided me more towards the mathematical skill set I had.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I became a lawyer, but somebody encouraged that too.
Exactly.
It was like more accepting of women to be good at arguing than math.
Yeah, I know.
think.
What is that?
I think that's what it was. I don't know.
I couldn't have been an engineer because I'm lazy. That's another story.
But anyway, so you are obviously doing big things there.
I'm doing my best. Doing
That's
what I can with
awesome.
what I have.
You strike me as the kind of person who like has never had a job where you didn't get promoted. You know what I mean? Like you like are just a hard worker, and people always recognize that, and they're like, "That bitch is smart."
In my later adult years, yes.
That's been a thing for you.
Oh yeah, younger adult years, not really.
You know,
Yeah,
we'll get fucked up
exactly.
when we're young.
No
Anything that happened
disrespect.
before 25 doesn't count.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
No disrespect to hopping, but Sonic in particular, yeah.
Sorry.
I wasn't exactly trying to like move up in the
Right.
Sonic ranks, you know? Like you're only paying me $3 something an hour plus tips.
My
to
son works
hop.
at Sonic right now. He's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah, no, like that doesn't pay me the gas to get here, y'all.
Right. It's like,
Especially
fun
because
to take
I
that seriously.
Yeah, I worked at the one on like Southeast 24th in Alameda, which is the least busy one. In, like,
Nobody's
the whole
ever
state.
there.
Yeah, and so we made shit tips.
Right.
And so we're just getting paid trash and then a little trash on top of that trash, and that's about it. So I'm not really trying to build go up the
that's
corporate ladder
totally
here.
different. I mean, I worked
You
at
know?
like go nowhere jobs in college.
For sure.
too.
Yeah.
But when there was an opportunity
Yes.
to capitalize upon, you were the first to recognize, hey, if I just do X, Y, and Z, I can get over there like easy. Watch me.
At Wet Pets, I did. I worked at Wet Pets for 3.5 years, and the assistant managerial position opened up. And I had been there long enough, and I knew my stuff well enough that I was like, so how about
Right.
that position right there that's open? I'm going to get in there.
Go ahead and give that to me. Thank
Please,
you.
yes, I'll take that seat. At Copeland's, though, I was actually just working out in office supplies as a sales clerk, just selling notebooks and fancy pens and stuff. And then one of the accountants was leaving, and I had no designs upon taking this job. I haven't really started enjoying math until the past year or so, so I wasn't really looking to do it all day. But I just happened to ask, what's going on with Jamie's position, and they said, you want it? And I said, that's not a good idea on your part. I'll do whatever you need me to do. But just know, I'm not strong in the mathematical department. But they said that they had already selected me for the position. We were just moving ahead anyway. Yeah, no matter
Sounds
what.
like you don't give yourself enough credit. But,
Frequently not, I am told.
yeah.
I try
if
to
they
err on the
already
side of
picked-
realisticness.
If they already picked you out for it, obviously they recognized that you're just
that you were
selling yourself
capable.
short right
Yeah.
now is what's happening. Don't
Probably.
do that.
I know. I need to work on it every day.
Okay,
know.
so
It is.
where are you from?
Okay, so I'm originally from Arizona.
Okay.
I grew up in Mesa. I frequently tell people I grew up in Phoenix because nobody's heard of Mesa.
I've heard of Mesa.
I have
Thank
two,
you.
actually.
Good.
Yeah.
Family Guy, no, not Family Guy. American Dad stole that joke from me. Roger says it in some season or other.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I've been saying that for years. So I just want to clear
there
the
needs
air
to be
with
some
American
royalties
Dad.
here.
Credits.
Yeah, yeah, to me.
Plagiarism.
Yes, because I've been saying that for years. But I'm from Mesa, which is just a little suburb of Phoenix.
How'd you get here?
So my parents were both teachers since before any of me or my siblings were a twinkle in the eye, as they say. So my dad was teaching at a high school, and one of his colleagues had gotten a job in Oklahoma at a teaching tools company. And so he said, there's money to be had in them thar hills. Come out here and sell teaching tools with me. Cost of living is lower, yada yada. Bring the kids. There's lots of land.
'Cause
They
there's
can run
nothing
around. Exactly. So come on out here. And so we came on out here.
Man's land.
Yes.
Welcome.
Yes, thank you. I did not want to
sorry.
come. I'm
How
going to
old
be
were
really
you?
honest with you. I was 8 when we finally moved here, but I was 7 when they told me. I had just turned 8 when we moved here. But when I was much smaller, the only reference I had to Oklahoma was it was the place with the tornadoes.
Right, that's what anybody
Which
thinks
is actually the
of.
highlight of the
Yeah,
state.
for
It's
sure.
kind of fun. Like tornado season's
Yeah.
entertaining.
Yeah.
I feel like we
we've
should
made a
start.
drinking game out of
That's what I was
it.
gonna say. I want us to start having tornado parties. You know,
Truly,
my mom's
yes.
a tornado watch.
Right.
Okay,
And
well,
you have a drinking game with the
Summer,
meteorologist. And
As an aside, let's just like strike up a podcast. I will call in, and
that's
when
brilliant.
it happens, next tornado, like I'll call in, and we can use your mic, and we'll have a tornado cast.
Oh, that'll be awesome.
I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah, and
This is
we'll just
brilliant.
invite anybody on the message board who wants to call in, and I'll like third party them. So just.
That
Now,
would
if
be
you happen to be like hanging around watching the news
You know
during
it.
a tornado,
What else do you do?
check
Sit in the front yard.
Instagram
I was
for
gonna
us.
say,
We'll message
follow the
everyone.
social media. We will put it on there,
We'll be
and everybody
messaging
can
people,
call
see who
in.
wants to come and hang out on our. We just need to
Yes.
have random online.
I do want to do that.
call-
We've just
yeah,
been so
we need-
busy.
Yeah, we need to do that more.
Do more live.
Because that'd
live
be
feeds.
easier whenever we're not like physically able to meet up too. We can edit all this out. Anyway,
We
okay.
probably
in.
won't, but
Yeah,
that's
leave it
fine.
in.
You know,
I'm good.
You just hear all of the shit.
You need to.
Yeah.
It's
You
part of the
hear our
This is
experience.
my
voice.
brain
Because
at
this is
work.
our reality.
Yes.
This
This
is
is
what
our-
it's like to talk to us.
Yeah, and like my brain is always like, I can't stay on one track of things. That's why I also like to smoke pot, because it's like, oh, well, that pulls into this idea, and wires are crossing, and it's creating new ideas and possibilities, and I'm a weirdo. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking with my hands. If everybody could see me right now, I would be very
You can't
animated.
do it without.
No,
I
like you
can't.
sit on my hands, I
Can't
can't tell
ever.
you what I was thinking anymore. Like it's just, it becomes an impossibility.
I live to
Like, I don't know what
gesture.
happened. Anyway, okay.
Tornadoes.
So tornadoes. So you made it to Oklahoma,
Yes.
and you were like, "This place is bullshit."
I was actually very excited at first.
Did you live in Norman? So you
Yes.
moved to Norman. Okay, so you've been here since you moved here when you were 8.
Yes, I've been
Okay.
here 20 years this July.
Okay. So
You have a wonderful memory. Like,
I'm trying to think
No,
now.
I wish it was better. Thank you.
Well, I've been here.
no, that's
since
impressive. Like, you know the month and
2000.
everything. I don't even know what day it
What year
is.
is this? I don't know what year this is. What
Right?
year is this?
1999 is when I moved
I got
here.
here.
Wow.
I got here in 2001.
Nice.
Yeah, so shortly after. But I was.
There we go.
I'm a decade older than you. So.
That's okay.
Yeah, but anyway, continue. So you were 8.
We're all about age. We're all about positivity of everything here. Age
Hell yeah,
included.
age ain't
You
no
know
way.
it.
No, age is fine. It's the pain
Truly.
that comes along with it. I'm
Yeah,
not a
I'm
fan of.
not excited already. My knee is awful, so I'm just like, hit me with it. I don't want it, but
Right? You're just. I'm just like this. I didn't think this happened this young. Like, what is?
I went to
what is
fucking
up with this?
physical
Yeah.
therapy today for my like lumbar degenerative
Oh, that's
disc
right, 'cause you're having a
disease,
disc
guys.
issue.
Like I'm old.
God
Like,
bless you.
yeah.
I know. I had
It's
sciatica.
bad.
I have sciatica. The other
No.
night during sex, I had to stop, and he's like,
I've
20
had to do that
he's
before.
29, so he's like way younger. I'm like, you don't say it.
I'm like,
If you say
I've
the
had a
word
cramp
old, you
before.
are out of here.
I've totally had a cramp before in my left hip, and I'm like, I like get to stop. Like I gotta move. Like I can't. You know. Like yeah, that's happened.
Yes, it
Yeah.
was not.
Like I can't move my leg like that. It doesn't work. And we're having sex. That's uncomfortable.
Oh, Oh, Uh, Oh,
I'm gonna walk out of the room. This is part of it. It's fine.
I like
just
to
fine.
laugh personally to make the situation even more uncomfortable. I actually laugh at myself.
And then they get all awkward. Why are you
Well,
laughing at me?
this is where I can usually decide if it's going to last any longer.
Right.
Because the good ones laugh with me.
Yes.
Right.
You know, they're laughing too. We're having fun. We still continue. The other ones who are like,
Like,
what's
what?
happening? What's
Yeah.
this girl doing? Then I'm like, you just leave. It's fine.
Just don't come back.
Your job
No.
is done.
Yeah.
I got a dildo in the closet. So who needs you?
Right.
Anyway.
Get lost.
Your services are no longer needed.
Required here.
Right.
Anyway, how did we get on this?
Old.
Okay.
Okay, so
So you got
In
got
Norman.
here and you were 20 or wait, you were 8. Now
Right.
you're 28.
Yes.
And so so you graduated from high school here, I'm assuming. Yeah.
Yes.
And did you go to college?
I've been in and out of college since '09. So 10 years ago. I haven't been since, what year did I get divorced? Since 2015.
Divorce.
Yes.
How long were you
Let's go
married?
there.
Right?
Oh,
Let's go
I
there.
like to hear divorce stories.
Yes,
Ugh.
let's go there.
It's-
That's where we want to go.
It's a ride.
Hear it.
But
Those are
I'm
the
good.
best.
Where'd you meet him?
Okay, so we were actually high school sweethearts, embarrassingly enough. Like, I thought that would work. That was going to work out.
Same. I married mine too. We were
Right.
16 when we got together.
Oh, man, yes.
Lasted 13 years though, so I
Right?
figure, you know.
We lasted
You
the-
just hit the expiration date. It's fine.
Exactly. We lasted the
It
better
happens.
part of a decade, not quite 10.
Okay.
We were married for 3.5 years. And just classic narcissist case, you know, just say the mean things and then say the nice things, then say the mean things, and then say the nice things. But it's my
Nice.
fault that you said all the mean things.
Right.
Uh-huh.
It's on me.
Right.
Yeah.
You get that roller coaster.
What is it
Uh-huh.
with the men? Like, how did they get that skill for manipulation? Like, it's born out of childhood trauma. Like,
Yes.
Well, and part of it is the way we condition boys.
Yes.
Completely.
And
And it's
You
hard to
betcha.
not feel sorry for them because
Right, you
you
can be
know that it's
angry.
not
You
them.
can-
You
Yes.
know?
I do, but at the same time,
But then it
I've been
becomes
through
a-
bullshit
yeah,
also.
ditto.
And I'm not a dick.
Right,
You know, I
right,
don't choose to
right.
treat people that way.
Right, yeah.
I made that excuse for
I
my
used to be a dick, though. No.
I've been a
no,
dick
I-
before.
honestly, I was a dick.
Sure.
I've been a dick.
Everyone has
all
been
Mm-hmm.
at some times. But just
Usually you grow up.
longitudinally,
Right.
that's a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I made that excuse for my dad and my now ex-husband for years.
Right, yeah,
Just like, oh
right.
no, just forgive it, forget it, just move forward because you have to. And second of all, because they're fucked up too. And so I can't blame them. I have to, because then I'd have to blame my grandparents and I'd have to blame my ex's
Yes,
parents.
that's the
and
hard part.
Everything
Because
else.
it's that ripple effect. And you're like, oh, that's too much,
And
too
then
much.
you can-
We'll
Yes.
just focus on tomorrow. We'll be better, maybe.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Right. And you know it's not going
Yep.
to be because this is who they are as a person.
Yep.
But you keep lying to yourself and
Yep.
saying it's going to be.
Right.
Yeah, I'll just walk on eggshells till then. And it'll
Right.
be great after that. And he'll be the person I fell in love with. And everything will be back to normal.
Well,
like
maybe,
it was.
Maybe you're
Right.
like me when you finally realize. I know I went all that.
Yep.
Yes, and then I was like, oh, I just have to break the pattern.
Yes.
Like I just have to. It just stops here.
Exactly.
It stops here. And
Yep.
then I don't necessarily forgive the men in my life because
Sure.
my dad was the same way. I've
Yep.
let ex-boyfriends, my ex-husband, all be manipulative, you know. But rather than just being angry about it, I focus my energy on understanding it and how
Mhm.
to make it end with me.
Yep. And that's all you can do.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the long and short. And that it took close to 10 years to finally click and
To
figure
get there.
out
Dude,
this is what
took
it has to
took
be.
me
Yeah,
20.
it takes
Like
a
I'm
while.
a decade
for
older
sure.
than you, and it took me. I just went through this same realization within the last couple years.
Yeah.
So like, age really doesn't fucking matter. 'Cause
That's
it's
true.
Those life lessons, and when you learn them is
When you learn them.
when you learn them,
Yep.
and it doesn't matter how old you are. You can. I've connected with people who are much younger than me who
For
are going
sure.
through the same thing, and I've connected with women who are much older than me
You
who
bet.
are going through the same thing for the first time. It's just that commonality of an experience, though, is something that brings us
Yep.
together as
Completely.
our female group and
Our coven.
companionship and our fucking coven.
I love it.
Yes, yes, I love it. Anyway, I keep talking over you.
You're
Please
fine.
continue your
No,
story.
you are good to
This
go.
is what I do. I said this before we started on the podcast, that when I smoke too much pot before, I interrupt all of our guests and I start talking. And that's what I'm doing right now.
That's what a podcast is supposed to be. I don't care what anybody says. That's what it's supposed to be.
I'm an amazing host, you
Damn
guys.
right. Damn right.
I mean, at the very least, we're entertaining, right?
At the very
Yes.
least.
Important.
Yes.
I just, yeah.
Would you get me a PBR while you're in there?
And we're
Thank you,
drinking by
sorry.
the pool.
Yes.
So that's
Drinking
what's
by the
happening.
pool, because
We're
that's what you
drinking
do.
by the pool. On
during
summer
summertime.
evening.
Damn right. That's what they're for.
Where I think
That's what they're
I
made
think
for.
all of the summer podcasts
Thank
will just
you.
have to take place out here.
By the
Yep.
pool.
I
think
like
we
it.
can make that happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna plan a Sunday
know,
brunch. A
Either by the
ladies'
pool or in a
Love it.
tornado.
Sunday brunch soon.
Oh, good, thank you.
We'll have to have you guys back. We'll have a Sunday brunch.
Yes,
episode.
please. I'd
Yes.
love it.
All right, so we'll continue.
So
Summer-
how was it hard to decide to divorce him? Because it's really hard when you get together that young.
For sure.
That's your entire adult life.
Yes, it was hard deciding even after I had made the decision, because you know there's the feeling like, oh, I got to go back, because like you're so conditioned to think that Lots of things.
Need.
Yeah, that you need them and that they need you
And you're never
because they're
supposed to
so
give
wounded.
up.
Yes. Have I tried every tool in my toolbox on this problem? And at the end of the day, I said, yeah, I have. But I still had to like keep telling myself that over and over and over again. Like, yes, we're making the right choice here.
Right, and that whole thing that you just said about have I used every tool in my toolbox really resonated with me because I remember feeling like I owed it to the men.
Yes.
To try everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it was almost like a way of like proving to myself even that I didn't give up.
Yep.
And I think that was a projection of feeling like people often gave up on me.
Right?
So I wanted to make sure I never treated other people in that way.
100%.
Plus,
You
we're
know what
also
I'm saying?
given that
Mhm.
messaging that there's
Yep.
something wrong with
Like,
us
yeah.
if we choose to leave for our happiness
Mm-hmm.
because of
Yeah, but then now, like, as I approach 40, I'm like, fuck
well, that's
that.
yeah, exactly,
Yes.
and that's what I tell people. I'm
Fuck
like, no, when you see those red flags that are, this is not something that's going to change.
This
Yes,
is
pay
me.
attention to
Leave
them.
now.
Yes.
Run.
In my arms as I run away from those motherfuckers. No
Don't
more.
look back.
Bye. See you later.
We don't need to try to talk about
No,
that.
no, we're
we're
good.
done.
Bye-bye.
No.
I'm like
Golly.
skipping
Very
happily
easy for,
away from
especially
them.
empathetic people. To
Yes.
Oh,
just,
yeah.
Like, you need to understand them. And they
Uh-huh.
Somewhere along
It's
the
really
way,
completely-
I like developed this like film that you cannot see. There is an egg-shaped coating around me that guards my empathy. You do not fucking deserve it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I will give it. I'll let you in. I'll open the weird shell thingy here that I've got and let you in, and I'll let you
Serena's
feel
in a
my
bubble.
empathy, and I'll feel you. But like somewhere along the way, I built up a shield when I'm just like, nope, if you don't deserve, you have to go through a vetting
Yep.
like period,
Yep.
and I may be a complete fucking bitch to you, and if you stick around, then maybe I'll let you in. We'll
Right.
see. We shall see.
Make them run the gauntlet before they can.
We'll see if you drowned first.
Yep.
If I can't keep your head underwater and you
Here's some
fight hard
mulch.
enough, then I'll let you. The game continues.
I love that so much.
I'm fucking twisted.
I'm
man.
not dating Felita, guys. Ever.
This is real dark. This is actually what I fucking do to people, not on purpose. Like the men who try to come in my life now, this is how they get tested. And the ones that
Thank
the
you.
ones that have stuck around, I'm like, oh, okay, kudos to you, motherfucker. You passed the test.
But
Didn't
maybe that
realize I
means
was
there's
passing
really
one.
something wrong with them. They put up with all of it.
Well,
That's
I
what
like
I
to think it's because I'm awesome summer.
Well, I like to think that too, but then I realize I am
Probably
a
triggering
bitchy
some of
woman.
their trauma.
I'm a bitchy woman
Yeah.
with like 800 children, so I'm like, why the fuck would he want to stay with me? Something's clearly wrong
And
with
then
him.
when they do, you're like, why the fuck do you care?
Right? I'm like, what's wrong with you? Why
You're
are
like,
you
why
here?
couldn't I push you away? I was trying my damnedest.
like immediately. becomes
I
something
immediately
wrong.
told you all the
There has
fucked
to
up
be.
shit about me and acted like a crazy
Yes.
person right up front.
Yep.
You didn't go anywhere. What's wrong with you?
Why?
Why? What's wrong with you?
You were clearly not in your
You're
right
clearly
mind.
insane. I can't trust you. Now I'm discarding you. Like I'm
Yes.
so twisted.
I
man.
have been guilty of
But
doing
we're
that.
kind
I
of
really have.
taught that too,
I'm
though.
so
It's
fucking
like
twisted.
something is innately like the way that we act is. It's clearly there's something not all there.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
If you accept me, something's wrong with you, and if you don't, something's
Something's
also wrong with me.
Yes.
Yes.
Basically,
Always.
something's always wrong with me,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
We are very much conditioned to believe
We
that
are.
that we are at fault.
Yeah.
Like it's just gonna always be
We'll
on
always
me.
to internalize
I take
that.
the
Yeah.
I take the responsibility for it. I take the response, and then, but I have found that the demise of my relationships has been when I'm like, yeah, I'm not taking the blame for that one. Like
Yeah.
I finally reached my
Completely.
limit,
Get there.
Yep.
and I'm like, no more. And that has been of the only two serious relationships of my life. I had to be pushed so far that I finally was like, nope, nope, that's my limit, and I
Yep.
finally reached it.
Yep.
And that's when I'm done. But now, as I get older, like my limit gets smaller and smaller and smaller. I have very low tolerance now. Now I'd just rather be alone and masturbate. Like I don't even. Like, I have no need for a man. I'm super fucking happy without one. Like, you're gonna have to be a fucking golden god
Yes.
to interrupt the happy flow I've got going on in my life right now without anybody.
Mhm.
So, what do you bring to the table,
Yes.
motherfucker?
Mhm.
That's what I ask of you.
Absolutely.
Anyway.
I love
I'm
it.
getting off my queendom now.
I love and respect that so much, though. I started hanging out with this girl around the same time as Desiree, but my other close friend Peyton, I knew I liked her immediately because she came in for an interview at Copeland's, and I waffle between resting bitch face and resting golden retriever face.
I've never heard it put that way. That's great.
I forget where I read that. That's not mine, but I'm going to use it.
Love. I can see that about you,
makes me
and I
so
barely
happy.
know you. I can see your face being like, I'm pissed, even though I'm just like concentrating and focusing.
Yes.
Or I can also see your face, I'm overly happy.
I'm so thrilled you're here. So I
You're
was.
adorable. I love you. Oh my god.
Thank you. You're adorable.
That's great. I love it.
Love this.
So when she came in for her interview, I'm gonna do the voice that my face was in. It's like, I'm so glad you're here for your interview at Copeland's. Oh my god, was how I looked. That sound.
I like it.
And she did not smile at me right away. And I knew immediately. I was like, not an easy smiler. Gotta earn it. Love that. I feel up for the challenge. Let's do this. And it's been so worth it, cracking that nuts shell. She's such a goober. She's my sweet little baby daughter now. She doesn't work there anymore, unfortunately, and I miss her every single day. But she's like, so she's as strong and empowered now as I wish I had been when I was 19.
That's awesome.
She's just head and shoulders above where I was at that age. She's just so independent, and I also refer to her as my skittish, nervous, like, kitten, because she's like half feral still. So she's like, I'll come eat. I'll come eat, but I'm not like gonna stay the night or anything like that. No, don't try to help me, please. Like, I'm good here. I'm good. I'm like, I get it.
That's how
I got
my
it.
daughter's gonna grow up.
I love it.
My daughter is super independent in her thinking, and she doesn't give a fuck what anybody else thinks. She's just like, whatever, I do what I want.
Yes.
But she's also super introverted and afraid of public speaking and afraid of being in a crowd. So, like, that very much reminds me of her. 'Cause,
Yep.
man, she has no problem giving people, like, not even resting bitch face, like, active bitch face. She's just
I
like,
love it.
no, who are you? Anytime any man shows up who she doesn't know, like, I have lots of dude friends, and they'll be like, try to shake her hand, and she'll just look at them and be like, I don't shake hands.
Good for
Like,
her.
or she's
Yes.
just like, no, I don't.
No,
touch-
thank
don't-
you.
No, thank you.
Why are you trying to touch
Or
me?
she'll like,
Good on
she'll
that.
offer them a fist and be like, we can pound it. Like,
Yes.
I like that.
God bless her.
but she doesn't want them to touch her. You
I don't
know?
blame her.
She's
I
just
respect
like,
that completely.
No. She already knows, like,
Right?
that's her decision. And if
Yes.
she doesn't want to fucking be touched or hugged, like, she's
You
not
betcha.
gonna be fucking touched or hugged.
God, it
you
makes
know?
me so ill when I'm not frequently around other people with children, but when those people with children make sure you let Auntie give you a hug and a kiss
Yeah.
and all this stuff. And it's like, if they don't want it, I don't want to give it to them.
No, the most I do
Yeah,
is tell my
no.
daughter to say goodbye to people. I'm like, go
Yeah.
tell your grandmother goodbye.
Love it.
Like, you don't have to hug her or whatever. Just
Right.
go tell family goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
Try to shake a hand.
Yeah, I
Give
got
him a
into
bump.
it.
Give
with,
him a fist bump.
Yeah.
You know.
I
But
got
you don't-
into it with what husband's father over that when my boys were little, because I don't remember which one was like 2 or 3, and he was trying to force him to hug him as he left. He's like, you have to, and I'm like, the hell he does.
Hell
Yeah.
You
yes to
get your
hug
hands off my
anybody.
child.
Yep.
And I don't really think I was ever welcome at that house again after that.
You know, when
You don't
you're
think I don't
just
want to
like,
be welcome
no,
at that
you
house.
should have to. You're his parent. You're supposed to teach him not to be rude. And I'm like, or I could teach him how to be a decent person and not act like you.
Yep.
That's an option
you know,
too.
yep.
I'll go it that way.
I think I
I'm
like
gonna
that
go on
one.
a tangent for a minute.
Please.
This is kind of a side combo, but I don't know if I tell me if I'm alone in this. I feel like this is probably pretty common. Like, unfortunately, it's too common for children to have experienced some sort of like sexual abuse or something.
Oh, absolutely.
But beyond that, I think it's probably very common experience for people to remember a childhood experience where you were around an adult that made you feel uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
bet.
Whether nothing ever happened, but you felt it as a child.
Well, yeah, because every
That
family has at least
intuition,
one,
Mm-hmm.
But the thing
and
is,
so
is
you know those kids are
recognizing-
recognizing it.
But recognizing a child's intuition
Mm-hmm.
and their feeling and their sensitivity,
Right.
because
that
noth-
instinct is there for a
Truly.
reason.
Yep.
they are pure and untainted, and there's no guards up. They just feel that energy. You know, they know it's bad. You know, you can just feel it. I remember it. Everybody here, all the women here, the 4 women here are all shaking their heads yes in agreement.
Absolutely.
Like almost everybody I know can remember a situation, even if nothing ever happened to them, they remember someone interacting with them that made them feel uncomfortable.
Absolutely.
And that intuition is what I think we as women have the power to continue to tap into, you know. And whenever we're told that we're paranoid or that we're just flat out wrong or whatever, that's an attempt at taking away or discarding or disrespecting. I don't know. I can't find quite the right word I want to use, but like dismissing.
Yes.
Women's intuition. But it really is a thing.
Because it can't be proved.
Yeah.
Right.
Just know.
Yeah.
But we just know. And the older I get and the more I trust my intuition and listen to that part of me, the wiser I get and the better decisions I make and the better way,
Yeah,
the better
definitely.
that life falls into place is by trusting that feeling.
For sure.
But I don't know. I just, having a 9-year-old daughter and like seeing certain people make her uncomfortable and like respecting her intuition has also reminded me to respect my own.
I love it.
That's amazing.
I love that so
good.
much.
Yeah. Anyway, that was my
No.
my stoned observation.
I love it.
I think you should just have a high thought.
Probably.
That'd be awesome. Right?
Maybe you can just cut that part out and add it to our high thoughts.
We should do that, right? Just have a
High
Well,
thought
I need to
section.
just,
what do you call that?
I'm
Where
getting
you
better
have
about just
several-
like using my phone as a microphone when I start having those high thoughts and I'm alone,
Love it.
so that I
should.
contribute them to our podcast.
You should.
Right?
We just have like a little collection and just have a little montage of them. That's not
Okay,
the word I was
nice.
looking for, but it's close
I
enough.
like
It was
I
perfect.
like it. Anyway, okay, so back to you, Caitlin. I'm sorry.
You're fine. This is us. This is about
Um,
us.
Yes, it's about the
It's our
collective
Kevin.
energy here.
That's right,
our
that's
little
right.
Kevin. So, what about your divorce? What did you learn about yourself from going through your divorce, and about your former partner?
I didn't. There's a lot there.
How about specific to like what kinds of future relationships you want, or like your own patterns of behavior?
Sure.
Like things about yourself. You know, like it's real easy when you go through a divorce to be like, well, that motherfucker did X, Y, and Z.
Yep.
But it's harder to self-reflect and go, oh, like I contributed to this, and this is how it affected our relationship. You know, I feel like that's harder. You know, so what kinds of things did you learn about yourself in that regard?
Really just want to be listened to and just have my thoughts and feelings considered and heard and reflected upon and not just thrown in my face. And that sounds really basic because it is, but
No.
you know, like, and it was just a lot of little things really, like, they all just build up. I wasn't allowed to do this in front of him.
Okay.
You weren't allowed to get upset or cry. He didn't validate your feelings.
No.
That's pretty common, I feel like.
For
unfortunately.
sure, for sure.
Well, you can cry here. I
Thank
cry
you.
all the fucking time. Yeah. All the time.
I'm trying really hard not to because it's
No.
just so hard to stop once it starts.
I hear you.
And this also happened in my household growing up whenever I was a kid. We weren't allowed to cry or
Same.
share like any negative emotion in front of my dad, any of us. And so I learned to go run and hide if I ever needed to cry and express those feelings of anger or fear or sadness or rejection, you name it. And so I carried that into my future relationships without even like really recognizing it until, you know, you're there and you're like, oh dear, where is the nearest closet? I just need to
Right.
dive headfirst into that under the coats and just have a sec. And it's all just the small things. Like, whenever we would be watching a show or a channel of something on YouTube or what have you, it was never like, well, what do you want to watch? What do you think? And if I was watching something and he was done with me watching it, he would shut it off without like even saying, hey, let's watch something else for a sec if you don't mind. Or is it okay if after we finish this episode we do something else? Literally anything.
Mm-hmm.
So there was just a complete and total lack of communication and just a lack of any caring or consideration for what I thought or felt or wanted or needed. This is an easy thing to share. The final straw for me was when I got my tattoo. This is for my Mimi on my mom's side.
Okay.
Her nickname was Dovey. And so I got, a couple years after her death on the anniversary, I got a tattoo of a little dove, and then Palomita is Spanish for little dove.
Oh, okay.
I grew up in Arizona and everything like that. Anyway, lots of Spanish.
Right.
I'm a Mexican. It's cool.
I love it. It's such a beautiful language. Earlier
Let's go.
on my way here, I was listening to a Spanish language radio station, and they were playing a Spanish version of a CCR song, and it just like made my entire life. I was like, who knew my Prozac was hidden in the radio? I didn't. It's an instant uplifter.
Aw, that's awesome.
Completely.
I like that phrase you just used. My Prozac was hidden in the radio.
Right?
I know. I kind of want to like turn that into a song lyric.
Please do. I would be really honored if that went out into the world and became something great.
Right?
I
I'm happy
love
with
it.
A
it.
nice little credit line on it.
Please, no, you don't even have to do that. Please just take it and do
Yeah.
what you will with it, fellow
That's
witch.
amazing. I
Fuck
love
yes.
it.
Tarot readings later, ladies.
Oh my God, yes. Just got chills.
I fucking love
Emotions.
y'all. Yes.
And their physical manifestations.
Okay. So
I forgot which direction this is going. I'm so
that's
sorry.
okay.
I'm so
Clearly,
sorry.
we're passing around a pipe. Everybody's got their medical marijuana cards right here, right?
Yes,
Right,
yes.
right, cool. Anyway,
Legal.
Which is super weird, by the way.
I know.
2019
We're
is
living
a
in the
trip.
future.
even
Yeah.
a fucking year ago, if you would have asked me if I would have been like openly talking about how I smoke cannabis or be going to work for a cannabis law firm,
Right? It's
they're like, your
amazing.
bitch is crazy.
I know.
I made two of my friends go to dispensaries with me because they're from different states where it's not legal. I'm like, no, you have to go see
Yes.
this. Like, we can just walk
I
in
go to the
and
store
buy it.
and buy weed, and then walk out, and then I can go and I can smoke it, and it's cool. Nobody cares because I got this card. See, like this shit is crazy.
Right?
First time I went
Crazy.
to a dispensary was in Washington, and like I didn't really know what to expect. And I remember pulling up and seeing this like minivan out front, and I walk in and there's this like, middle-aged soccer mom and her Seattle Seahawks like jersey, and like this old couple, and I was like, this makes me so happy. That it's not like, because I think so many people think it's like there's this stoner thing.
Right.
It's just
I am
like this
watching
ideal.
that. Like I am in the trenches of it. I'm part owner of a grow and dispensary.
Nice.
And like I'm working in the field a little bit, and I am like watching the change in the attitude. Like just I'm watching it as it happens.
It's
People
amazing.
are just
Right.
like, I'm having conversations with the same person 2-3 months later, and them going from, oh well, I mean pot's illegal, blah blah, blah, and then them going, I think I might get my card. Like I think I might go do like just a total shift.
Uh-huh.
I'm watching it happen. It's fucking awesome.
It's
Right?
It's amazing.
Truly.
Yes.
Truly.
There are 3 different prescriptions I no longer need.
Nice. Hell yes.
Yeah.
Hell yes.
Yeah.
We're that much closer to Star Trek times, y'all.
Well, I get up on my soapbox about
I w-
opioid use.
I want to be able to ask the
and
computer for
my mom
whatever food
passed
I
away
wanted to show
due
up.
to-
I know.
That's my dream.
I get up on my soapbox about this issue because my mom passed away due to opioid use, and she was in chronic pain.
Oh,
and the
no.
use of medicinal marijuana for purposes of managing pain,
Mm-hmm.
chronic pain, due to inflammation, arthritic diseases like what she had, like what I have.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a better tool for pain management than
You bet.
opioids, and it's so much less dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, I mean, there is a trial going on right now in Norman, in Cleveland County,
Yes.
where the opioid industry is being sued on a large scale due to, and they've got a guy whose son was a OU football player, and was sidelined due to knee injuries and whatnot, and given opioids, overprescribed opioids. And they're suing them under public nuisance laws. I'm really following this. It's really interesting to me. And this is how I ended
absolutely.
up. Yeah. This is how I am ending up in cannabis laws, because I watched my mom go through this, and I've been a fucking advocate for it, and I want to be able to speak about it openly and loudly.
Right.
And so I'm just inserting this right now
Yep.
because I am trying. I have prefaced on our podcast before that I want to do a whole subset series on opioid use and chronic pain management, and as I investigate my mom's death myself, I've got all of her records that I'm going to go through. I haven't yet, but I still am looking for people who are dealing with chronic pain management and use marijuana for the podcast. If you know of anybody who would want to talk
Keep it ear
about
to the
that,
ground.
yeah,
For sure.
yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
I'm so sorry. God.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I don't even remember how we got on the marijuana topic, other than we were
'Cause
actually
we're high,
smoking
Right.
it.
That's it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because we were talking about your divorce and things that you had learned from it. I mean, so where are you at now? I mean, how long has it been since you got divorced?
Okay. Let's see. It was finalized April of 2016. We're in June 2019, so 3 and some change.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm at like 5 and some change out from
Nice.
mine. Yeah. So, are you dating?
I am.
How's that going?
Awesome.
I'm terrible at it.
Good, good.
So,
Luckily, I don't know how it happened. Well, I'll share that too. So, since we're not supposed to be being ashamed, I actually started dating my current boyfriend the day my divorce was final.
Okay. Hey, I was knocked up before my divorce was final by someone
yeah.
else, so go ahead.
I feel like a lot of people would be like, obviously you're really upset about it or something. I don't know, but I mean, it's just
well,
the
whatever.
time was right.
By the time you're
Yeah.
by the time you actually divorce, it's been over.
It's been over
Yeah.
for a long
It's been
time.
over.
Oh, yeah.
It had been over for 2 months,
Right.
and I was
People don't understand that always. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I know. Just let me choose my own timing.
Yes.
World.
Exactly. Do what's
So how
right
did you
for
meet?
you.
So we actually met when we were working at Wet Pets together. I was married and he was single, so we were just friends, very, very quick friends. He was just so charming.
Oh my God, you're blushing right now.
I'm sorry. I feel so awkward, like talking positively about my relationship. First of all, because
You're
I
supposed
don't
to be
have.
ashamed of it.
I'm supposed to be ashamed of it.
Yeah.
And most of my relationships in the past have not been worth, talking positively about. And so I'm just like, don't even know where to go from here.
Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
Are you happy? You're happy though, right?
I'm very happy.
And that's what matters.
Exactly. But I just like, whenever I downplay my gifts and achievements
Yeah.
and stuff like that, nobody likes the girl who is overconfident in herself and thinks she's the shit and all this stuff.
They don't fuck.
That's why nobody likes
This is
me.
why.
Mystery solved.
I think I'm amazing. Shit. I'm supposed to
know.
think I'm a piece of garbage, then guys would like me. Is that the
What I
thing?
think.
Yes.
Yeah. That's like the
Oh.
subconscious
You have to hate
line
yourself.
running. So I can't say out loud. My
I get
subconscious
it now.
brain says you can't say that out loud. You're not allowed to share those things because then you're bragging. Then you're
fuck
being,
that.
just a giant pain in the. Nobody wants to hear about your good things. So
Pride
I
is a
try to lock
sin.
them away.
That's the creature kid in me. I've heard that many times
Oh my
as a
God.
kid. You weren't supposed to be proud of yourself for doing
Yeah,
anything.
exactly.
God did that. You didn't.
God, I
Yeah.
tell my kids
Damn it,
she's
why
like
does
the
he get
most
credit for
amazing
everything?
human all the time, and like still like somebody. I'll say something to Sophie. I'm like, "You are so awesome." She's like, "I know." Like, yes,
Sister.
girl. Yes.
I love it.
No confidence problem with that one.
Yeah, I like it. I'm
I
like,
want
good.
more of that.
She bosses the shitter on everybody.
I wanna be
like all her
Sophia.
friends and stuff, and I'm like. Sometimes I'm like, stop being so bossy, and I'm like, never mind, leadership skills,
Yeah.
it's all good.
That will serve
Exactly.
you well in life.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're just trying to get shit done efficiently. I hear you.
Exactly. God, I feel like I had so much more of that when I was small. When I was in TAP,
Dude, I tapped.
Yes. Oh, I actually have a pair of tap shoes. I've been thinking about getting back into tap.
Why did you
I
not
am
bring
trying to
them?
be.
I should have.
I presently
Damn.
have friends
Video
trying to
that.
pressure me into being able to play the guitar while I tap, because I play the guitar and sing. So they want me to tap while I do it.
You would
I-
never need a drummer again.
I know.
That's true.
I'm done with drummers. It's a whole nother story. But yeah.
I love that. Oh my god. Oh, tap is so fun.
Confidence building for sure.
Yes. So confident that when I was 4 or 5 and I was in tap, we had a recital, and there's a home video of this somewhere, but there was a girl who was out of position in the line, and I got out of line to physically move her where she was supposed to be and then got back to my spot.
This is what
in
my
the-
kid would do.
Love it.
This is
Yeah.
exactly what my kid
So
would do.
I love that she has so much of that in her,
Yeah, she's totally got that in her.
and I wish I knew where mine went.
You know, I feel that way sometimes too, but
Yeah.
it's there. It's there.
I have to dig it back
gotta
out.
get it back out.
Exactly.
Well, it sounds like
Yep.
you have done the right thing to
I'm
dig
trying.
it back out.
I'm doing my best. It's I'm under construction. It's a day
Oh,
at a
we all
time.
are.
You know, exactly.
The acknowledgement of it.
If
is
you're
like
doing
the
it
best.
right,
Truly.
you're under construction your whole life.
Absolutely.
And when you die, you have gained the most knowledge.
You bet.
You know, like you become old and wise, and you continue to grow.
Yep.
So,
Oh
Well-
God, can you imagine living for years stagnant? Wouldn't that be terrible?
this is why I have
No.
like zero fucking patience. Like,
when you
yeah,
get bored
I get
and
bored
then
real easy.
it's, like,
Yep.
so
Also, why I'm single.
Mhm.
Here we go.
You get bored easily.
Yeah.
Well, that's
All
why you
right.
have to have more than one.
That's a whole nother podcast.
Men are such big fucking babies.
Sometimes, man. Sometimes.
Okay, so why did he get upset about the tattoo?
So I told him that I was going to get the tattoo before I got it, and why I was getting it, how much it was going to be, where it was going to be, what size, yada yada.
So,
And
he,
as I'm like explaining this to him, because
I want it,
previous to
and
that,
I'm not gonna drink it.
I got this little stick and poke tattoo that a friend of mine did.
Is that lightning?
Yes.
Okay.
I really
Everyone
wanted
was
to
getting
drink it, though.
celestial things tattooed
Oh,
on
I see.
themselves.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm going to get a lightning bolt because nobody's chosen that yet.
And I am the Flash.
Exactly, yes. So he flipped out when I came home with this little lightning bolt and was like, Caitlin, I have to look at that the rest of my life. I was like, I mean,
You don't have to look at
you
it.
don't have to. That's not true. But okay. I guess I could have talked to you before I did something permanent to my body, but it's
But
mine
it's my body,
still,
not yours.
So
Wait, what? What?
You're getting upset about the tattoo.
Yes.
Oh, fuck you,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
He got upset about my little lightning bolt tattoo that I got.
He knew
Yeah.
about
Get more. Do it.
beforehand.
Oh, he didn't know about the stick and poke, but he knew about this
Yeah.
one. Yes, yes, yes.
This is about for grandma.
Fuck
Yeah.
him. Who cares?
So he knew about the tattoo before I got it, and I explained to him,
it's my body.
I'm getting this tattoo. Here's how it's gonna be. And he looks at me like I've grown another head, and he goes, "It's your body, Caitlin." And I was like, "I know that. You're the one who was confused about that back in October when
Right.
I got this done. So I
just
felt like
clarifying.
I had to, come to you and try to defuse this bomb because
Oh yeah, no,
this is what's happening.
my ex tried to tell me that my tattoo over here that like everyone always loves is terrible. Like he
Oh
kept
my God.
when I got it, he was like, I don't really like it.
Okay.
And I'm like,
Oh,
because
cool.
because everywhere we went, people were complimenting
People
it.
were.
Yeah.
Yes.
That it
It
made people
wasn't
notice you.
the
Yes.
focus wasn't on him.
Yeah,
I
and it
had-
wasn't on him, and he
Yeah.
could not fucking stand it.
Oh my God.
This one right here, this dragonfly I have right here, I got that on a girls' night out with, I don't know, like 8 or 9 other women.
I love it.
And I was seeing this guy for about 4 years. I was second wife to that one guy, that Comanche guy. And me and the first wife actually both got this with the other women. He got so pissed off, like unexpectedly. And his reasoning, because I'm like,
Babies.
okay, first of all, it's none of your business.
Right.
But for the sake, because I'm curious, why does this upset you?
Yeah.
You
And of
pass
course,
that
there's no
around.
legitimate reason, right? So his excuse was, "You're letting another man penetrate you."
Stop.
Yes, that was my exact response.
Oh my God.
That's the best you can do, really? No.
Letting
And-
another man
Yes.
penetrate you.
So then I also didn't ask his permission when I went and got 3 dermals put between my breasts, and that upset him too. But sorry,
Yeah.
you don't have to look at it.
Also, I don't care.
Yep.
Exactly. I'm like, hey, you don't have to look at it. It's not my.
So
I
not
want
caring
this.
About that. Yep.
Well, thank you for hanging out with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Getting to know you better. It's been fun.
It's warmed my heart. Thank you guys so much.
You can contact the podcast at brokebrokenpodcast@gmail.com. The Broken Podcast can be found online at www.brokebrokenpodcast.com, on Twitter at BrokeBrokenShow, on Instagram and Facebook at Broke Broken Podcast. You can listen to us on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, and YouTube.